Everybody, and welcome back to more Rising Phoenix. This is round 5, I believe, of season 3, and today we are at the Sochi Autodrome in Russia. So yeah, and we have a full packed 20 car grid here. I think the first time I've ever seen that. So very exciting today. And with the run down to turns, or I guess officially turn 2, the first braking zone being the way it is, being very long and such, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens at the start. But yeah, everyone's readying up, so let's get going.
If I could actually spell Alfa Romeo, that'd be great.
It's right below it. It's right below it.
I know, but I didn't misspell it. It's just the fact that, you know.
I like the standing. I like the standing better than last.
Yeah, so do I. My standings were awful. I just like. Did we do it green last season? Or did I do it green?
Yes.
Never making that mistake again.
It's not out there.
It's not depressing, like my life.
I didn't know lime green was.
Full house. No shit, Super Joe.
Corner.
Go.
Hey, Rise of Phoenix streams live. Time for me to go put that on the. I'm pretty sure my Twitter.
What did you?
It's a non.
What did you use? What did you use as the GIF?
The gap.
The gaff.
What the fuck's a
Gaff.
gap?
Gaff.
The fuck's a gaff?
All right. Sorry, I was just checking one of our competitors' streams. All right. So let me actually check if my voice is coming through here.
I don't do American. I do like I understand Scottish. I understand the Irish. I understand people from Liverpool because they're a breed of people. I understand the Welsh, and you know I can barely, but somehow still recognisably understand Canadian.
Let's see.
Oh, and also,
All right, here we go. Ooh, cloudy for qualifying. As we get underway. All right. Alright, so Jigsaw picking the hards, and first car out is the Mercedes of Cobalt, I believe. Oh, nope, but the Renault of Colin just beat him to it. Alright. Oh, it's actually not cloudy. It's sunny and bright. Maybe it was just the pit building. But yeah, as I said before, very long first stretch, so DRS is going to be very vital there for overtaking, or it's going to be very helpful to overtake with DRS down there, as well as the backstretch, which is the second DRS zone. Yeah, probably going to be an incident at the first braking zone, turn 2. Yeah, hopefully we don't have a Kvyat Vettel 2016 incident. The race today, I think, is going to be 27 laps. So around, if it's dry on the, just to be safe, I'd probably say 50 minutes. If it's wet, probably an hour for a 50% race, which is what we do. So 18-minute qualifying and then 50% race. As Colin begins his first flying lap. So Colin on the softs. Yeah, tire wear is very light here from what I can remember. So I think a soft to medium strategy would work just fine. I think Jigsaw is just going, I don't know, he might be trying a hard to soft strat, which would definitely get him to the end. But maybe he's just trying to build his pace on the harder tires before he goes to the softer ones. I think everyone should get at least 3 laps in, maybe 4, if they really push it. So there'll be lots of opportunities to improve. But yeah, aside from Jigsaw, everyone else is on the softs at the moment. With Colin doing pretty well in his first flying lap. Purple sectors, but well, because he's the first driver to set times in the sectors, but it's not looking like a slow lap either. It's looking pretty good from Colin here. So let's hope he can do well today. Final corner. So 134.755 for the Renault. And the next driver coming through is going to be Cobalt, who has invalidated his lap time, I believe. We will confirm. And yes, he has, so he'll have to go again. I think this is his pushing lap as well. I think he probably just abandoned the other one early on. Ooh, as Sam UK goes fastest with a 32.7. Racing Maestro with a 33.2. Colin, like I said before, with a 34.7. PG Killer, 34.3. And Swanee with a 36.9 on the hards. Purple first sector for Cobalt. A little bit of lag. Purple second sector from Cobalt as well. And the lap is valid, so let's see what he can do in the third sector. Final 2 corners. Comes across the line. It is a 34.0 for Cobalt. Ooh, purple second sector from Luke Vettel. On the mediums. Or, yes, on the mediums. Oh, I should probably do that. There goes P3 on the mediums, 33.4, so that's a very good effort. As well as Swanee's lap on the hards, because I believe the hards aren't just one compound harder than the mediums, they're actually 2. So a 30, like a late 36 is actually a pretty good time for those tires. As Gamez Tourish in the Ferrari goes fastest with a 32.2, so half a second up on his Alfa Romeo rival, I guess, or I mean competitor. So Crazy Trooper starting his lap, and right in front of him is Jigsaw, who is going to pull over to the side to let him through. Yeah, now Crazy Trooper has been very good in the past 4 races that he's been in, so I expect to see him do very well here today as well. Trooper, Slater, yeah, of the 2 Williams drivers, if my memory is right, they've done pretty well. They've at least showed some good qualifying pace this season so far. As he is navigating Bazooka Joe down the back straight. Maybe even a little bit of slipstream off of him. Could have been possible, but risky. And it is a 32.5 for Crazy Trooper on that lap. As Bazooka Joe comes into the pits, and Jigsaw is going for another run on the hards. Hyper is in the pits. Let's see someone who hasn't done a time yet. So Jay, coming to finish his lap, right behind Swanee, and goes a 33.5 to put him in P8 on 2 lap old softs. As Slater is beginning his lap. Purple first sector. Ooh, a little bit wide there, but still keeps it on the track. Right on the limit, Big Slater is here. Not leaving anything on the table. Going extremely, like right up to the lines at every corner. And now he's going to try to get some slipstream off of Jay. Ooh, and I believe Jay almost impeded him there a little bit as he was trying to figure out where to go. I believe Jay was on an in-lap, most likely. But still a purple second sector for Big Slater. So it's still looking good. Although that may have rattled him a little bit there. Ooh, as Buttons back, goes second with a 32.5. I didn't see that until now. And Big Slater goes top with a 32.0. Can we see anyone get into the 31s today? Most likely. Yeah, that's an incredible lap. Incredible lap from Slater there. He's looking very good for pole today. As Hyper is on his outlap here, so let's follow him. Oh, as he hits the wall. And is going to have to box again. I believe his first lap was invalid, and his second lap gets ruined before it starts. Very unfortunate for him. He's going to have to box, and he's only going to get 1 run, I believe. After this, I think if he comes out with 4 minutes to go, he's only going to get 1 run. So that's very unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can do very well on the 1 lap he does, or he will get. hopefully he can do well. So Shay T on an out lap as well in the McLaren. About to start the flying lap. Here we go. Let's go on board. Ooh, as Luke goes into the 131s with a 131.8. So 2/10 better than Big Slater, who was 2/10 better than Gamez, who was 3/10 quicker than Bunsback. Half a tenth back to Crazy Trooper. Another tenth back to Sam. Those are the drivers in the 31s and 32s. So yeah, it looks like Big Slater has or everyone has some big competition in the form of Vettel. And here we go. And Shay T goes P8 with a 33.2. Now on board with Trench. Just finishing up the second sector here. As Shay T's left the session, hopefully that's just a connection thing, and he's gonna come back. He has 4 minutes to do so, so hopefully he can. Is better for the race, of course. Or no one likes to see disconnections or anything like that, because it robs you of well-deserved points in a lot of cases. So Trench setting a purple second sector. Not sure what his first sector was like, but this is looking pretty good to be pole, and it is a 131.783. So just around 35 or 40 milliseconds. No wait, yeah, no, 29 milliseconds quicker than Luke. And Shay T thankfully has joined again. Yep, and as Trench is probably very happy with that time, so he's just gonna come on in to the pits now, and he's cutting all the corners. All right, so Hyper on his lap, one of 2 drivers not to set a lap yet. He is on the softs. Yeah, and also Jigsaw's best time was on the hards, but he's now on the mediums, so he's going to be probably going to a medium to soft strat, while everyone else is going to be going soft to medium. Provide nothing happens at the start, hopefully. I say that with crossed fingers. Hello, Machine Fishy. Hello, everybody. Ooh, and according to ooh, okay, it might be a full race, or a full wet race, rather. Ooh, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 1, as Hyper goes P15 with a 33.8. Now let's go on board with Bazooka Joe, who hasn't set a lap yet, but will do so very soon. Yeah, as Jigsaw has DNF'd, so I think he probably spun and hit the wall or something. It's gonna be pretty close for Bazooka Joe to get to the line before the time runs out, I think. Probably 5 seconds to go. Maybe 10. Hopefully he can get a representative time in. Yeah. As Cobalt has retired, so has RHG, as Bazooka Joe begins his lap. There is a, I believe that is Sam, who is going for it just with 2 seconds to go across the line. But we'll ride on board or go cinematic with Bazooka Joe because he hasn't started lap yet. Whilst, or that might be Hyper actually, I'm not sure. Let me actually see. Oh yes, it is Hyper. I believe he was finishing a lap. Or might be going for a third lap on those softs. As everyone is retiring, and Bazooka Joe is going for it. So you got Swanee in front, you have Mercedes in front of Jay, and then you have Bazooka Joe all going for it at the very end of the session, as well as a Trixie behind, and then Hyper will be the last one to cross the line, I think. Let's see if anyone can improve. Luke goes top with a 131.6. Bazooka Joe goes P8. I believe PG Killer or Jay improved as well. And Trixie P9. And Hyper has crossed the line and is P16, I believe, with his teammate in P6. Alright. So your full qualifying order is Luke, Trench, Crazy Trooper, Big Slater, Gamma's Tuish, Sam, Bunsback, Bazooka Joe, Trixie, Jay, PG Killer, RHG, Shady, Racing Maestro, Fashix, Hyper, Colin, Cobalt, Swanee, and Jigsaw Moto. So yeah, so let's see if the race is dry or wet. I'm getting, I got a message saying that it's a full wet race. So let's see. If it is, turn 2 is going to be crazy. Probably a lot of DNFs, a lot of incidents. And they were, yeah, they weren't lying. It is a full wet race. So probably going to be wets most of the way through, if not all the way through. So, wow. Yeah, this is going to be a crazy first lap. Alright, got my water next to me. So I'm ready to scream when stuff goes down. Alright, so the formation lap is a go. Is full wets. I believe everyone should be on full wets. Yep. Alright. Oh. Yeah, be careful with the weaving in these conditions. I think Trench almost hit the wall there on the formation lap. Ooh. Navigating the runoff area. Yeah, the team in the best position right now overall is definitely Williams, P3 and P4. But let's see what Trench and Luke can do on the first row of the grid, and let's see how brave they are into turn 1. Ooh, as a lot of cars have been sent to the grid. All right. Ooh, everyone going very slowly now. Oh, with Slater just going up in front. Oh! There's some racing going on before the race has even begun. Yeah, this could be one of the most intense Rising Phoenix races ever, I would say. It's got all the excuse me. It's got all the ingredients for it. So let's see what happens. All right, so everyone is gonna grid up. So we have 27 laps of full wet racing, I assume, all full wet racing, here for us in store today. Drivers are probably very scared. I am kind of scared of what's gonna happen. But here we go. So we have 3, 4, 5 red lights. Oh, couple jump starts, and it's lights out, and away we go. And Big Slater has a jump start drive-through penalty already. There was someone else as well, but I didn't catch their name. It happened so quickly. But everyone's storming down into turn 1, and we have a huge accident at the back. PG Killer safety car instantly deployed. Just at the first kink alone, we have 1 DNF already, and the safety car is deployed. I think you have a Mercedes there. I think that's Cobalt with a damaged wing, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot of lag going on as well. I'm not sure what's happening right now. But yeah, that was seemingly inevitable. But yeah, with Big Slater having a drive-through, I don't think he's going to be able to serve that until after the safety car comes in. So right now, Trench is in a very good spot, having overtaken Slater and Luke at the start. Let's get some more details. So yeah, Trench up 1, Big Slater up 2, but has a drive-through, so that's going to be nullified. Luke down 2, Crazy Trooper down 1, Swanee up 5, and Hyper down 3, with PG Killer DNFing and being down 9, who has just left the session, unfortunately. Yeah, that was kind of to be expected in the rain, when you have 20 drivers all going for it. Don't know if it was anyone's fault, but it definitely happened. So there'll be an investigation hopefully after the race by the stewards. Yeah, now the question is, will these wet tires last to do a 1-stop, or will it have to be a 2-stop for the drivers today? In the dry, tire wear is very low. You can get away with a 1-stop for sure, with a 25% race or 50% race. But I'm not sure about it in the wet. So RHG comes into pit. Bazooka Joe has been... Oh, Bazooka Joe has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he got stuck on the inside wall. Cobalt has been disqualified as well for blocking the pit lane. and Hyper has a 5 seconds penalty for going too fast into the pit lane. Or no, I think for exiting the pit lane, exiting the crossing over the white line at the exit of the pit lane, I believe is what it's for. But yeah, still under safety car, of course. Ooh, as Hyper slides there across turn 3 or turn 4, I guess. If you count that little kink as turn 3. So yeah, so Trench leads from Big Slater, from Luke. Big Slater still has to serve his penalty afterwards. Oh, as Hyper runs into the back of Colin, he's gonna be pretty angry about that for sure. Not sure who was at fault there, if Hyper was going too fast or if Colin was going too slow. Almost happened again there. As Luke has a 5-second penalty for track limits under the safety car. And everyone is going very slow here down this back straight. Barely going 90 here. And so, for some drivers. As Trixie is retired from the session as well. Sorry, I'm just looking back on the stream here. So apparently, according to one of the streams I'm also watching, and Bazooka Joe has left. But yeah, according to one of the streams I'm watching as well, that's focusing on this race. Apparently there was like a 3-car shunt in the pit lane entry that caused Cobalt to actually block the pit lane unintentionally, and the game disqualified him for it instantly. So very bad luck there for Cobalt. Wasn't really his fault. I think a couple cars hit into him. But yeah, apparently there was an incident there with that. But yeah, safety car should be in this lap. Then we can get going again. With Trench almost overtaking the safety car there. Yep, and safety car is in this lap. Alright, so now everyone is slowing down. 20 miles an hour, if that. Oh my goodness, it's a standstill. It's actually a standstill. Trench is going so slow at the front. Hyper's retired from the session. Oh, everyone was going... Oh my god. Yeah, Hyper couldn't see in the spray, and he was going a little bit too fast, and because everyone was going like 5 miles an hour, he hit right into the back of him. So yeah, that's why we cannot be going that slow, and because of that as well, and because of that, oh my goodness, people are going way too slow here. This is crazy. Penalties up the arse for everybody as we get going here. Yeah, Trench just went so slow waiting for that safety car to come in. It backed everyone up. It wasn't intentional, but it cost a lot of drivers there. Really frustrating stuff for a lot of people. Oh, and Trench has to go through there because he went too wide at turn 2. So let's see what's going on further at the back here. Couple too wide moments there. Mercedes gets past the Toro Rosso, but maybe not for long. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, and Toro Rosso spins after contact and comes back onto the track very dangerously and has to push his teammate out, causing him to lose the position to Shea. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Alright. Ooh, Gamez on Luke here. As Trench sets the fastest lap. So Trench pulling away out front, leading from Crazy, leading from Gamez. With Luke right on the back of him. He's gonna be attacking into the scariest turn in the wet here. Ooh, very hard to keep it on track there. And Luke gets past Gamez. Red Bull and Renault side by side as well as the Toro Rosso and McLaren. Racing Mass shows a penalty for multiple warnings. And here we go, the two racing points here, side by side. Going for it on Jay. Gixamoto has a 10-second time penalty for that small cut there. That'll probably get reduced to a 2-second or 3-second penalty, I would probably say. It was very small. Should not be deserving of a 10-second penalty for that. If anything at all, I'd say. Alright, so here goes Swanee, or Jigsaw on Jay. Side by side here into turn 2. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Oh, as losing control there almost. Oh, as Trench I think has pitted. I'm not sure, I'll check in a minute. But a lot of cars battling here. No, Trench hasn't pitted. I think Trench just made a mistake. So Crazy Trooper now leads the race. I did not notice that. But yeah, Trench has made a huge mistake, apparently. Lost 11 positions due to it. And Sam has a penalty. Swanee goes wide. So does Jay. Jigsaw gets through. Yellow flag in Sector 1. It's Sam. Sam has retired from the session as well. This might be a second safety car. As here they go, Racing Point versus Mercedes. Down the back straight. They nearly touch. Mercedes gets past, or stays in front. Oh, as we have another incident. I believe that's Swanee who's spun there. A lot of penalties as well. A lot of yellow flags. So Crazy Trooper is leading from Gemez, from Luke. Those are your top three. So here we go from Fashix's point of view. Shay T on Racing Maestro. Maestro stays ahead, but Shay T gets the cut back. A little bit of a touch. Trench, I think, went a little bit wide there. Now all three of them are going for it. Ooh, Fashix. Oh, just barely keeping it there. I thought he was about to spin, in all honesty. But Trench is now working his way back through the pack. He has a lot of pace. But, he has a lot of cars to deal with first before he can, before he has open road again. So two Toro Rossos and a Racing Point battling, and the two Toro Rossos come together. And oh my god, this is a huge battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars here in this huge battle. Contact between the Williams and Toro Rosso. And this is getting intense. Ooh, two cars going wide there. At the tunnel turn. As RHG comes into the pits and Fashix gets a penalty. Colin on Jay. Let's see. Nope. Oh, Trench on Shay T. And there's a battle behind as well. Shay T has to go wide. Toro Rosso and Williams battling it away as well. Yellow flag in Sector 1. There's a spun car. I think it's Luke. It might be Luke. It is Luke. I think Luke had a little bit of a spin there. Just a little moment there. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Trench is slowly working his way back up through the field. Actually, quite quickly. With only like in only like 2 laps, he's made up three spots. Ooh, as Jay goes wide. He's going to get overtaken here by Trench. Alright, here we go. A huge train of like six cars here. Ooh, and the slipstream is very powerful here, but Shay T backs out of it. But Jay goes wide, so Shaty's gonna have a better line. And Shaty's going for it, but Jay covers him off. But Jay goes wide through the next corner. And here comes Big Slater as well. Battles in front, battles behind, battles everywhere. A lot of cars making the full use of the track. Jay has a penalty. And then the two Toro Rossos at the back still scrapping away for P11 there. RHG has a 10-second penalty, as I believe he has hit the wall or spun. Let's see. Oh yeah, he has no front wing. But there's a battle going on. Oh, and there's a safety car. So second safety car of the race. So let's see what people do if drivers pit. Let's see if there's any more incidents like before with Hyper and everyone else, or what. Ooh, and Jay has a huge time penalty. And Gamis has a drive-through from P2 for speeding under the safety car. I think that was in the pit entry as well. So that really sucks for him. I feel really bad for him there. And I think Jay has to change his wing as well, as his tires. So let's check the tires here. So I'm not sure how long the tires can go. Ooh, RHG has another penalty. Let's just stay with Trooper here as the safety car makes its rounds. And RHG has retired. Alright, let's read the PlayStation chat, see if anyone's typed during this period. as Big Slater gets a 5-second penalty. Yeah, getting penalties under the safety car must be really horrible. Must suck a lot. Because you're not even gaining anything, but you're getting penalized. Alright, so safety car should be in this lap. Alright, so safety car is coming in. I think everyone is behaving better this time. And here we go. Here we go, back to racing. All into turn 1. I think all is well. Yep. We have an incident. There's a car out. It's Jigsaw Moto. Ooh, almost collides with his teammate. Luke sets the purple first sector there, as Gamez goes wide. So it is Crazy Trooper, Trench, and Colin in the top 3 positions. Ooh! Huge slide from Fastrix there, spinning all the way around. Not sure if he was tapped or something, but yeah, that's a huge slide from him, almost taking out another car there. Very scary there. As Gamez is coming into the pits. Trooper sets the fastest lap. Button gets in front of Vettel, I believe. And here we go. Ooh, very close. Going around the outside of turn 2. And he makes it very well. Very well done to get alongside there. Now he just has to get past. And he does very well. Oh, as Button hits into the wall there. Jay alongside, Bun's back. Here we go, Swanee on Jay as well. Jay as well. Trooper. Another fastest lap. Ooh, Racing Maestro penalty there. I would say that's justified because he straight lined that corner there a little bit. Now they're side by side, the Red Bull and Toro Rosso, and Maestro gets passed for now, unless Vettel's going to come back at him, which he is, but can't get past at the moment. He's going for it again. Ooh, there might be a touch there, almost. As we have Slater and Shady side by side, or was side by side. As Slater goes in too deep, Shady's right on him again. Ooh, very intense stuff here. 2 by 2. Ooh, and there's a spin from Jay. Bounce back, it's a penalty. Jay has to ghost. Jay is stuck in between two cars that are glitching out with their engines, and Jay gets hit by Swanee, and Jay gets a penalty for it. I don't think that was right. Alright, now Swanee and Jay battling. Here we go. Battles up front as well. Ooh, more contact between the two. Has to straight line the corner. Does Jay. Oh, they're side by side here. Crazy stuff today. 13 laps to go, including this lap for Crazy Trooper. A lot of cars going wide. Jigsaw Moto and Luke both with penalties. Trooper with the fastest lap again into the 150s now. Ooh, Jay goes wide, as does Button. Fashix cuts the corner a little bit at the final corner. And here comes Swanee on him now. Moves right, moves left. Oh! Yeah, that was a double move there, I think, from Fashix. And he's hit into the wall there. As up front, oh my goodness, very close stuff between Maestro and Luke. Ooh, was Maestro spins? Maestro spins there. Gets reset to the track. Very unfortunate there, losing multiple positions for Maestro. Now the question is, can the wets actually do a no stop here? Because in the wet, you don't have to pit during a race. And the top 5 have all done 15 plus laps, which is over half distance already, but they haven't pit. So are they trying to make the tires last the whole race? That might be doable, but we'll see. Fashix and Swanee once again. Ooh, as Racing Meister goes a little bit wide. Alright, here we go. Right, very well behaved there through the tunnel. Or the bridge, I suppose. Big Slater with the fastest lap this time. Ooh, and Fashix goes wide, leaving the door open for Swanee. At least for a moment. Oh, and here we go. Oh, we have an incident. We have, I think that's Luke, who has spun again at that same corner. Very tricky corner for him. And oh, he's hit right into the wall. And he's hit right into Jay, and he's hit right into the wall again and DNF'd. Both him and Jay have DNF'd from the race, and there's another safety car. Another safety car. Oh my goodness. Yeah, his tires were still hot from the first little, like, light up of the rear tires he had, that he just lost all control and slammed right into the wall, then right into Jay, who was completely innocent in that, and then back into the wall again, DNFing both of them. Yeah, very unfortunate there for both drivers involved, of course. And we have another safety car, so this would definitely be the time to pit for the leaders here, I would say. But they're staying out. They're staying out. Alright, maybe the tires can go the distance. Or, well, maybe. Trooper's staying out, but Trench is coming in, and Slater is as well. Shay-T is staying out. Colin is staying out. Button should be staying out. Fashix is coming in. So yeah, it's a race of two strategies here. We will see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, down to just 11 runners in the race. So let's see if anything's been said in the chat. Alright. Alright, so safety car should be in here this lap. Or maybe you'll go one more lap to let Jigsaw and Racing Maestro catch up. Yeah, one more lap. Oh no, it is in this lap. Okay. It was just behind. Alright. Alright, here we go. And off we go for the final time. Green flag running. And here we go, Trench on Swanee. Ooh, and Button's back has lost it, or I don't know, hasn't lost it. He's just gone wide, and Trench has a penalty as well. And they're going side by side here, and they're ghosting within each other. Big Slater and Swanee side by side as well. Gomez trying to get in on it. Trench overtaking Button, and oh, it was a big accident. Trench has been spun by Button, or he cut across Button. I'm not sure what happened, but Trench is now out of contention, I think, for the win for sure, but could still get some points for sure. So, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. He's very quick, so he can within 7 more laps he can definitely do some wonders. But this has set him back a lot, and I think it's damaged his wing as well. Here we go, side by side into the hairpin-ish corner, right underneath the Fanatec bridge. Fashix with a 10-second penalty. So yeah, a Trooper, Shady, and Colin are all going for the zero-stop strats. So let's see if it pays off. Oh, and we have a yellow flag at sector 3. It is Fashix who is spun and damaged his wing as well. That's very serious there for him. Swanee and Gomez and Maestro and Jigsaw battling it out. And Luke has left the session. Bounce back going a little bit wide there. Swanee trying to overtake. And Fatrix has retired from the session, so everyone is going to get points today who finishes the race. And there's a VSC. And the VSC is in. And here we go. Ooh, big slide there for the McLaren. And we got Colin and Big Slater going side by side. Big Slater going for the dive into turn 2. Gets it done. Swanee on Buttons back. Maestro's a penalty. Jigsaw losing the back end a little bit there. Oh, almost a crash at turn 3 between the McLaren and Ferrari. Here we go now, Big Slater. Oh yeah, Big Slater's gonna have a huge advantage on Trooper. 22 lap old tires compared to 4. And Colin was on old tires, and Shay-T is on old tires as well. So Big Slater has a very good chance of winning this if he can just get past Shay-T and then attack Trooper. And it could very well be a Williams 1-2 as well. So very good for the team as well. Shay-T moves right to cover him off. And oh, there's not enough room. Oh, and they collide. Williams has to hit, or hits into the wall, has a little bit of damage now. Oh, and more damage comes off, or more wing comes off as he hits Shay-T again, or as they collide again. Big Slater has a penalty for exceeding track limits. More touches, another touch. It's getting very argy-bargy here between the two, and he finally gets past, albeit with a lot of damage, and another penalty. Alright, purple third sector for Trooper. So his tires don't seem to be that bad actually. As Jay has rejoined. Here we go, Gemez on Swanee. On lap 24 of 27. Ooh, slide there from Jigsaw. Ooh, Maestro hits into Jigsaw there. But has to back out of it in the next corner. Ooh, Gemez and Swanee touching. But yeah, Crazy Trooper has a 6-second gap. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was just some lag. I thought someone just dive bombed everybody. But yeah, Trooper has a 5.8 second lead over Big Slater, but is on 18 lap old, more worn tires. So that's definitely significant. So let's see what happens. Oh, but Big Slater does have damage though. We have to keep in mind. Whilst I think Trooper doesn't. So maybe that'll offset the time loss from the worn tires. As Gemez and Swanee have a little touch. Swanee has to go wide. So does Gemez. Trooper's the fastest lap of the race. Maestro has a penalty. Ooh, as Bunsback has to go wide through turn 3 or 2. It was Shady and Colin. Oh, Shady's left the session. Probably a connection issue. That's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for Shady there. He was in P4 and now he was going to drop back a bunch of spots. Oh my goodness. And Swanee gets a penalty. Right, and now Colin's back on the heels of Big Slater. And Shady is rejoined, albeit down a couple positions. So he's gonna need to fight hard to get those back now, especially on worn tires. As Gamez and Colin are side by side. Gamez gets it for now and keeps it. Ooh, as Bunsback has a little bit of a half spin there. Loses the positions to Shady and Maestro. And now we have a huge, let's see, 5-car train here, or 6-car train. Yeah, as Trooper is just pulling away. Despite being on 25 lap old wets. That is insane. But yeah, here we go. These last 2 laps are going to be all or nothing for the drivers today. Ooh, Gamez. Swanee going wide. Gamez almost hitting Big Slater. And Big Slater has a lot of damage here, so he's very well under threat from the cars behind. Even on more worn tires, because that front wing is so crucial in the wet conditions. This might be Gamez's chance as well. Down this back straight into the very tight right-hander. It's a good exit from Gamez as well. They're using all of their ERS. Trench and Swanee battling it out as well at the back. Trench getting past Swanee. And into the hairpin-ish corner they go. Alright, so we're on the last lap here. Crazy Trooper just has 1 more lap to go before he wins the Russian Grand Prix. 10 seconds the gap is now, as Big Slater is desperately trying to hold on to that P2 position, securing a Williams 1-2 here in Russia. But it's going to be hard. Here we go, braking into turn 2. Big Slater goes a little bit wide. Gamez gets the cutback. And they're side by side through turn 3. He's gonna understeer, almost understeers right into Gamez. And Gamez gets the position, and it's probably gonna stay that way until the end of the race. Gamez, I think, has secured P2 here. Ooh, as we have an incident. Ooh, Trench has had another incident on the final lap, dropping him back to P10. Very unfortunate for that to happen on the last lap of all laps. Colin has a penalty. And everyone is very desperate here to just finish this race. It's the final half lap. And everyone is just itching to get to the flag. Let's see if Jigsaw Moto can get a move on or can get a move done on Colin. I don't think so, unless Colin goes a little bit wide. But so does Jigsaw. Oh, and here we go into this left-right complex here. Here they go, side by side, almost. Colin stays in front, but he gets the cutback. Jigsaw Moto. As Crazy Trooper, I forgot it again. Crazy Trooper wins the Russian Grand Prix. Gamez Turish is going to come home in P2 on track. But yeah, very good job. A no stop, the only no stopper in the whole field, and also the fastest lap holder, I believe, and the winner of the race. So yeah, very impressive, very well done from Crazy Trooper there to win the Russian Grand Prix. And there were so many penalties there, I didn't even know what was happening. But I'll tell you the results once they come up. But yeah, what a race. Yep, and it is an Irish 1-2 as well. There we go. Alright, so your race classification is Crazy Trooper in P1, no penalties, fastest lap, and no stops. Stretching those tires from third on the grid to the win, stretching the tires 27 laps. So Crazy Trooper is your winner. Then we have Gamez Turish, Colin, Big Slater, Shay T, Swanee, Trench, Buttonsback, Racing Maestro, Jigsaw Moto, Fashix, Luke Vettel, Jay, RHG, Sam, Hyper, Trixky, Willow, PG Killer, Cobalt, and Bazooka Joe. That was a crazy race. 2 safety cars, 1 virtual safety car. Yeah, and 1 no stopping race winner. So, yeah, how about that? That was very well done by everyone. Very well done. And yes, driver of the day will definitely be Colin from P17 to P3. Yeah, very well done by him as well. Alright, so I think the game is glitched, but is it nonetheless, I think? Yeah, I think I'll just end the stream here then. So yeah, from me and everyone here at Rising Phoenix, we hope you enjoyed watching and listening, and we will see you tomorrow, which for round 6, which is going to be Hungary, I believe. So very hard to overtake there, pretty much like Monaco without the barriers, as has been said by a lot of people. So yeah, we will find out, won't we? But yeah, from me and everyone here at Rising Phoenix, thank you and goodbye.